It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Ayy, activate beast mode. I just hit cheat code. Gotta say niggas want Rico. Ayy, I was on TiVo, green dot reload. About to touch down like Tizo. Ayy, stunning like Steve-O, simple like free throw. Juice A color like Nigo. Ayy, whip got soup like miso. Ayy, nigga take L like default. Riding through the city, no gas. I be floating on the track, no rail. Never did art. I just need cheese for the craft for a front. I don't put it on tab. Never tell move smart. Hollywood to school with your dad. Now they got me saying rules in the class. I'm just trying to do my part. Nigga walk smooth like Shaq. Wanna see me come through for the bad. I got my 808 dumping when I'm cruising through the street. We just vibing, niggas riding, hit the spot like 10 deep. I need my squad on my back. We ain't no game, but they my peeps. I need like 20K at least. I'm just trying to keep the peace.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this afternoon. In this video, we're going to be getting back into 21 Savage and his What Happened to the Streets album, as it has been reported that 25 million streams have been removed from the album on Spotify. Now, this isn't our first conversation about 21 Savage and alleged botting on his music. As a matter of fact, the week after What Happened to the Streets came out back in December, we had this very same conversation. So the fact that it's coming back up at the top of February, that lets you know it gotta be some legs to this situation. Now, of course, last year, Young Thug removed the fourth wall, and he let it be known in his phone calls in jail that he knew somebody that could manipulate streams and manipulate the album sales, not only for himself, but for Gunna. Originally, he came out and said, Gunna didn't really sell all them albums. I did that. I paid X amount of money, and his shit shot up the charts, allegedly. Then he came back when it was time for his album to come out, and he called his folks and said, hey, man, you still got the number for old boy to do that? that little, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's do it. All right? And now we got another Atlanta rapper, 21 Savage, who's actually good with Thug, being outed for stream manipulation. We also know that 21 Savage is very close with Drake, who's currently being investigated and spoken about in litigation concerning about 30 billion streams or something to that number. So, is this really far-fetched? I don't believe so. And again, this is the second time that this has come up. Now, if y'all can remember the conversations we were having, if you don't, it's okay. I'm going to show y'all screenshots. Initially, What Happened to the Streets was projected to sell around 53,000 copies, all right? Which would have been astonishingly low for somebody of 21 Savage's current notoriety. His last couple projects have done hundreds of thousands first week, but being that he didn't put out any singles, no music, no nothing leading into the project, he was suspected to do 53,000. Here's the screenshot. All right, so this was Rap TV on December 18th. This was their projection. 53,000. His previous album had did 133, which would have been an 80,000 copy difference. Her Loss, that was the collab album he did with Drake. That did 404,000 first week. Savage Mode 2 did 171K. I Am Greater Than I Was, 131K. So as you can see, his last few projects, they performed above 100K for the last few years. And then before that album, he was at 53, 77, and 12K respectively, right? People were like, damn, what's going on with 21? Is he falling off? Is his era over? What's going on with Atlanta? And the next thing you know, that number quickly changed. right? So December 19th, the first number comes out and they said he was gonna sell 90,000. And I believe that first update was, what was that, December 18th? Yeah, so that first screenshot I just showed y'all was from December 18th. The very next day, they come out and say, 21 Savage, what happened to the streets to sell 90K first week and chart at number 2 on Billboard. It will become his 7th career top 10 album, right? So they basically projected him to do a whole nother 47,000 units overnight. And they said this with definitive confidence that he was going to be at number 2 and sell 90K. Then the next thing was the official chart data update, which chart data is the organization that reports directly to Billboard. So whatever they report is what shows up statistically in real life. And the final tally came out to be 73,000. 25K in pure sales, 65.83 million on-demand streams. It still debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200, but it was about 17,000 sales shy of what they said 2 days prior. So December 18th, they said it would sell 53,000. December 19th, they said it would sell 90,000. And then on December 21st, the true numbers came in at 73. Now, if that's not some confusing shit to me, I don't think I've seen anyone album have that much mystery around the numbers. Now, fast forward to this week. What happened to the streets? He's got 25 million streams deduced from the What Happened to the Streets album, as you can see on this screenshot that is dated February 1st, Sunday. 25 million streams deducted. Every song on the album had streams deducted. Where You From? They took over 2 million. High, over 2 million. Step Brothers, over 2 million. Cup Full, 1.7, almost 1.8 million. Pop It, 1.4 million. Mr. Recoup featuring Drake, over 2 million. Whatever the fuck that song stands for, 2 million. Dog Shit, almost 2 million. Code of Honor, 1.6. Gang Over Everything, 1.9. Halftime Interlude, Big Stepper had over 800,000 streams removed. Atlanta Tears, 1.9 million. I Wish, 1.6 million, with the grand total of 25,071,894 streams taken down from Spotify. This nigga been going to fucking town. And we ain't talking about shopping. So with all that information being presented on social media, and now we're starting to see publications actually speaking about this, I decided to go to a stream to sales calculator. This is a screenshot from what I actually did myself, where I didn't put the exact number, I just rounded it to 25 million. And the result of 25 million streams is in the 20,000 album unit equivalent region. Okay? So if he had 73,000 sold on opening day, I don't know what his current tally is in sales, but he basically just got 20,000 units removed from his album, which that's actually pretty close to the amount that was removed from when they said he was going to do 90K to when he put out, chart data put out the 73. That's a 17,000 difference. You take those streams away, it's a 20,000 unit difference. So 21 Savage, I'm sure he's not going to come out and speak to this, but somebody needs to. Somebody in the industry needs to speak to this. We need to have a real conversation about this botting shit. Why y'all are doing it. I guess it's because you want to appear like you're bigger than you are. But like I said the other day, when it came to the RBX lawsuit against Spotify, I want to see some fucking punishment for this shit. You know? Because like I said, Thurs, who is a West Coast independent artist, he's got the Party in My Living Room shit going. Very notable artists have been on his platform. He's a dope ass artist himself, formerly of the group You and I. If you were into the blog era, if you was listening to niggas coming out of the West Coast, you was listening to You and I. You was listening to Pac Div. You was listening to Dom Kennedy. You was listening to Kendrick and Black Hippie. You was listening to motherfucking Blue. You was listening to Tehran and Ayo Mari. You was listening to Jay Davy. Like, he's actually somebody who is notable. He ain't no random ass nigga off the street. But even more so, let me get into the reason why I'm speaking on him, is he put out an album, I believe it was last year, and Spotify just hit him up and said, yo, we suspect that you have artificial streaming on your album, therefore, we're deleting it. Took his album clean off the marketplace. His album was on Spotify, it was on iTunes, it was on Apple Music, Tidal, the whole shit. Nigga album just got completely taken off. No rhyme, no reason, no investigation, no formal reporting, no nothing. Just took the nigga shit down, right? Then there's another artist that I know of in my network. Her name is Kara. Kara is actually an independent pop artist from around the LA area, or at least she lived there. And she literally invested over $100,000. I think Thurs invested a pretty good amount of change himself. But she invested $100,000 into recording, production, visuals, to make sure that everybody that contributed to her project, whether they were playing instruments, whether they were singing background vocals, if they added production elements, because she wanted to make sure that everything was industry standard. She puts her album out, and the very same thing happened to her. Album deleted from all platforms for suspected artificial streams. But here we have an established artist like 21 Savage, who we actually have the data for, with 25 million artificial streams, which is the streaming equivalent of 20,000 album sale units, in front of our face, and his album is still up for public consumption at this very moment and shows no signs of coming down. This is the type of shit that I be talking about when I say that the industry treats indies versus major artists vastly different. If you're going to take one person's album down, you need to take anybody's album down that y'all can prove is fucking boosting. And you couldn't even prove that Thurs or Kara were boosting. You just said we suspect, because they put their resources into the project and tried to do a little bit of marketing. And it's like, oh, you have an uptick in traffic. You know, you haven't released music in X amount of time. We've never seen you have this many people listening to your music. So therefore, we're trashing it. So why isn't What Happened to the Streets getting trashed as well? Why isn't any major label release that y'all can show the data for getting trashed as well? I don't care about the stream removal shit. Yeah, that's a headline. That's a talking point. But if it comes with no ramifications, no consequences, no album removal, which is ultimately what's going to deter people from doing it, is if they see their shit come down, then why is it that the punishment is not equal on both sides? It's a load of bullshit, man. Not to mention, this type of behavior and activity coming from these platforms is a deterrent for actual independent artists, because now I got to worry about, if I put my project on your platform, if I invest whatever amount of money that I'm putting into it streaming ultimately is never going to reimburse me for what I invest. So if I spent 50,000, 30,000, 100,000, most likely I'm not going to recoup on that from streams. Best I could probably hope to do is come somewhere close, hope to break even, most likely not going to make no profit. But now I got to worry about if my marketing efforts are actually effective, because I believe Thurs employed Google Ads, which is far from illegal. It's encouraged. But he did Google Ads to increase the awareness of his album. And they say, nope, that's weird. Y'all niggas need y'all ass whooped too. And people are wondering why artists are leaning so heavily into direct to consumer, buy my album directly from me, putting their albums on even, putting their albums on different platforms, their website even. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, just come get the product from me, man. Fuck these middlemen, fuck these distributors, fuck everybody. Come get this shit from me. Just like how niggas used to sell it out their trunk back in the days. Just like niggas used to do consignment deals with the motherfucking local record store. I know because I've done it. Just like niggas used to do shit straight out the book bag if I had to. Nigga, I'd take their bitch to school. I'd go to motherfucking college campus and get these bitches off. People are wondering why more artists are employing that tactic. It's because the industry platforms are so volatile that you can't even trust who's housing your fucking material. Now tell me what other business they're doing this type of shit in. What other profession you could just have your shit taken down, no investigation, no data, no reporting, no nothing. They just take your shit right out the stores and you got to deal with it. Come on, man. Then you got niggas like fucking 21 just game the system for at bare minimum 20,000 real units. Look like he gamed y'all niggas out of damn near 40 in totality at this point. But I guess we're just splitting hairs at that point. I ain't got too much more to say. I just don't like the inequality of it all. I don't like how we get the short end of the stick on this side. But nothing new. Just had to go on my rant. Fuck that album. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. Peace.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'll never politic and the drama be piling on. Father and greats unacknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I'll turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I read for filth. The sympathy calls, consulting for the stacks I built. I had